What's going on, everybody? Hope you all are having a fantastic day today. Now, I want to chat with you guys a little bit about the actual playlists that are in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. But before we go ahead and talk about all that stuff, I just want to go ahead and run past you guys what you're watching today. We're going to be running through some shipment gameplay. And yes, I do apologize. It might seem a little campy here and there, but overall, I think it's still some very good gameplay. Yes, like I said, it's a little campy, but it's very hard to position yourself correctly when it comes to Call of Duty Modern Warfare, especially on this map. The spawns are just all over the place. It's extremely hectic. You just really can't put everything together and make it roll smoothly. And I think I did pretty good this game. I'm not going to lie. I think I went like 99 and 11 or something like that. I almost got a nuke. I was on a 28 streak, but you guys know me. I choke like every single nuke that I can possibly get, so it's nothing new there. But today I want to chat with you guys about Call of Duty Modern Warfare and how they handle the playlists in this game, because as you guys know, they change the playlist like every week or every 2 weeks, and they always try to add something new or different into it to try to innovate on the actual gameplay. But one thing that I don't understand is why haven't they made a playlist for a specific game mode that allows the minimap to be on? Now, yes, I know the COD World League playlist or whatever it is has the minimap on, because as you guys know, the MLG players and the major league games for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, they get the traditional minimap when they're actually playing the game. But when it comes to all the other casuals or just the people who want to enjoy a public experience, we get the short end of everything. That's just how it's been this whole year. We've just been neglected about the actual gameplay aspects of this video game. And what really annoys me is that they could so simply put together a game mode. It would not take any of their time. Everything that we ask them, they make it seem like it's something that's going to take them years to put together, or years to actually make, when in reality, it's very simple. How complex is it to make the radar on? I could just go into a private match and make sure the radar is always on. It can't be that complicated to just put it back in the game. It just takes 2 seconds for them to step aside and make a playlist. Just one specific playlist. They don't have to interfere with the whole game. We've been complaining and moaning about how they should change the minimap and the footsteps and all this stuff. But how about they just make one little game mode, a mosh pit of multiple game modes: domination, headquarters, hardpoint, TDM, kill confirm, all the good stuff, obviously. And then only in this one mosh pit playlist, the minimap will be obviously turned on. I don't know why they haven't come up with this, because seriously, that would just make everybody shut up. That's one of the biggest issues about this game, in my personal opinion. And even though the minimap won't completely change the playstyle of this title, don't get me wrong at all, it's still going to be very campy. People aren't going to move. I think it's mostly just because the game is more revolved around sound whoring, especially with the map designs and how it's so many levels. And sound is just king when it comes to Call of Duty Modern Warfare. If you're playing without a headset and you're doing great, trust me, you're very good at this game. Not even going to front. I actually have a friend who doesn't use any headphones, and he pops off, man. I don't know how he does it, because me personally, I need to hear in this game in order to actually dominate. It's very complex not being able to hear. But this game is based around sound whoring, so even if they did decide to put the minimap system back into the game, I still think it would be very slow. But it would at least be something. The Infinity Ward devs have really given us such a hard time this year. Like, we've been neglected, we've been ignored, and it just feels like we've been disrespected this year. And yes, it's not completely bad in, some aspects. There are some pretty large YouTubers, like Swag, for instance, that will, tweet out something to Infinity Ward, and a problem in the game, whether it's something that's due to the servers or something that's just a glitch in the game. They'll tweet something out, and they actually respond, and they acknowledge it. So, at certain extents, they'll listen to some of the community's things. But at the large picture, the large image of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, they're not willing to twist that stuff around. Swag actually did go to the actual Infinity Ward devs before Call of Duty Modern Warfare released. I think it was during the beta or something like that, or a little before the beta, when all the content creators were able to fly down there and test out the game. But he actually questioned the devs, saying, will we see the actual minimap make a return? Yeah, I think it was during the beta, because the beta is when we all figured out that it is no minimap. And they just had no intent on putting it back in the game. And no matter how many YouTubers rant and complain, because as you guys know, people like Swag, Dismo, Korean, those guys are a little bit more on the Call of Duty friendly side. People like me, myself, and a lot of other content creators, we complain a lot, and I don't think they're going to listen to us a lot, because, nobody really wants to listen to people complain about something that you've made 24/7. But I think that a lot of the content creators like us make a valid point. You know, we're not complaining to be annoying, but we're complaining to get something across to the developers so they can understand a little bit more about their game. The reason that we have to complain is because we're being ignored so much. Like, seriously, tell me how hard it is to make a playlist with the minimap on. Tell me, how hard is that? Because to me, I think that's the simplest fix in the universe. It would take no time at all, but they haven't done it because they don't care. They just legitimately do not care about anything, any possible thing that we're saying about the core aspects of their game. They'll listen about the glitches, they'll listen about the bugs, some of them, obviously. And it's a lot of bugs they have to work with, so it might not be able to be fixed right away. And they'll listen about the hackers. Don't get me wrong, that's great that they're working on the hacking issue and they're resolving that problem. But what about all the things that made this game so rough for a lot of players? They didn't tend to the whole picture here. All the run and gun players, all the content creators out there, they didn't really care about what anybody had to say. They only cared about the one image they had. And it sucks, man, because it's a lot of things that they could have done. They could have also added dead silence in limited time. You know, they didn't have to keep it in there completely. They could have just tested it out to see how it's like. But no, I don't understand why they won't mess with their video game. Tiny little things like this will not hurt. We're not asking you to take every map out of the video game and add in a whole new group of maps, even though that would be amazing in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. But, I mean, we're not asking that. That's a lot of work. We're just asking for tiny little things. The most simplest things that you could possibly change in a video game is what we're asking for. The fact that this whole year hasn't changed anything to actually benefit the player base, it sucks. It really does suck, and it's annoying because, like I said, these things aren't that difficult to put into the game. I would love to see them make an entrance into the title. You know, like I said, red dots on the minimap, that would be awesome. I would love to play a game mode specifically made for that. That isn't in a, MLG format. I don't want to play with the MLG rules or the class setups and stuff like that. I just want to play with my casual pub match stuff. I'm not trying to go that hard in this video game right now. But you have to. You have to go to the MLG playlist. I don't even know if they still have it. They probably do. But you have to go to the MLG playlist in order to get the red dots. I mean, isn't that a little ridiculous? Isn't that a bit too much? Why can't they just make a game mode in the game? I mean, it can't be that hard. They could have a regular quick play with how Modern Warfare is supposed to be, and then have another quick play, a version where the red dots are implemented into the game. I guarantee they won't do that, though, because the original version of their video game will just completely die out and have zero purpose. But I don't know. This whole situation is just very obnoxious. But guys, do me a massive favor and go down into the comments section and let me know your personal opinions about this whole topic. Do you think my ideas about having a specific game mode for minimap only it's a good idea, or do you think it's just completely crazy? Or what do you want to see implemented into this game? Maybe a game mode that allows you to have the dead silence perk, or maybe a game mode that only, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm trying to think of possible ways to improve on this game, but it's made the way it is, It's hard to describe, but this game was specifically designed to cater to the noobs. That's just how it is, and to be good at it's challenging, and it's definitely a challenge to overcome. You can do that. It's going to take you some time. It's going to be complex, and you might not like the way you have to play the game, but you can overcome it. But I mean, there's definitely things in this game like map design, footstep noise, and like we've been talking about this whole video, the minimap, things that weigh it down that could improve on the playstyle, if they change specific things. I feel like the actual audience, the people who play this video game, would enjoy it more. It wouldn't affect the overall vibes that they're trying to make for this game. And I feel like that's what's scaring Infinity Ward the most. I feel like they're scared that if they do implement any of these specific things back into this video game, it's just going to kill the whole vibe that they wanted. And I understand that coming from, also another creative mind. I love to be creative with my content. I understand that when you work very hard on something and you have a vision for something, you want to push through with that and you don't want to change it. But sometimes, for the sake of the people who love what you do, you have to sacrifice a few things to make it better. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and call this commentary quits right there. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to go ahead and leave a like. And if you hated it, by all means, you can go ahead and dislike it, whatever your personal opinion is. Also, if you want to go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell notification button, that never bothers me as well. I know tons of you guys go ahead and watch my content on the daily basis, whether it's on your homepage or something like that, and you always forget to subscribe. So just a little friendly reminder there. If you do enjoy what you see here and you enjoy my content that I post, go ahead and subscribe so you get notified when it does go live and stuff like that. Also, if you want to chat with me or see what I'm talking about, you can follow me over on Twitter. I do a bunch of ranting over there at JbowenDaMan. And if you want to catch me live stream, I do that over on Twitch. at JbowenDaMan. Thank you guys for checking out this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.